Yo guys, what's up? It's time to lose fat, right? And if you want to lose fat, you're in the right place, because today I'm going to go over the calorie deficit. So, first question is, what is a calorie deficit? So, we all need energy to live, right? And in this instance, the way we measure energy is calories, right? You should already know this. So let's just say you need 2,500 calories to do whatever you need to do in that day, and you're only eating 2,000. So that is a calorie deficit, because you are deficient in calories for that given day, right? So you ate only 2,000, but you burned 2.5. So your body will literally metabolize or use up its own tissue and energy to make up that 500 calorie deficit, or however much it may be, right? So that's it. You have to remember this. This is this is the underlying reason, or the underlying principle behind every single diet you will ever hear about, or anybody will ever tell you about, period. The only difference is the kinds of foods that you are or aren't allowed to eat, and possibly timing when you should or shouldn't eat also. Whether it's the Atkins, keto diet, intermittent fasting, if it fits your macros, the apple diet, doesn't matter. They're all trying to get you into a calorie deficit. Now, if you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not losing fat. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many runs you go on, how healthy you eat, or how you control your portion sizes. If you're not eating less calories, less energy than your body needs for a given day, you will not lose fat. Right? Got that sorted. Fantastic. Okay, so what am I doing? Right. The trick, right, in a calorie deficit is to get your body, when it's using up its own energy, get your body to use up fat, right? So that 1, you lose fat. 2, you retain, or even in some cases build muscle. And 3, you become a beast. It's just wonderful. Right, okay. What is the best calorie deficit in terms of size? I would highly recommend that for most of you, you go for between 3 to 500, a 3 to 500 calorie deficit. And that is because this is good enough for you to tolerate. It's good enough for you to sustain for a very, very long time without it becoming a chore. And this actually it equates to around about just under half a kilo or 1 pound a week, roughly speaking, when you start. And as you go on, you'll have to adjust your calories, but that's where you should start from. I would not advise you to do anything more than that. And actually, because you can speed it up, but if you ask me, I wouldn't do that if I was you, because this is about longevity. It's about sustaining your gains. You don't want to lose a kilo every week for 3 weeks and then you rebound and then you put it, all of it or most of it or even more, back on. What's the point? It's absolutely pointless. You have to do something. You have to make changes that you can sustain. Otherwise, it's pointless. So that actually brings me on nicely to my second point. Generally speaking, the bigger the deficit, the bigger the amount of calories that you're deficient in for a given day, the quicker you will lose weight, but the quicker you will lose muscle as well. And if you want to look good at the end of your diet, your lifestyle change, whatever you want to call it, right, you need to retain muscle mass, right? Girls, generally speaking, want to tone up. Guys, you want to get ripped, right? Or you want to get massive. You cannot do any of those things without muscle. Muscle makes you look good, right? And you need to eat protein. You need to have a small to moderate calorie deficit, because once you start to go into too big of a deficit, you're going to start eating into your muscle and you will lose muscle mass. And at the end of it, all your hard work, you're going to end up being skinny. And if you lift and if you're not a runner and you're skinny, it's not cool, bro. It's just not cool. So let me think. Have I got anything else to say? I don't think so. Just the take home is that if you don't eat in a calorie deficit, you're not losing anything. That's just what I want you to understand. And that's pretty much it. Next time we're going to go into how you can actually do this practically, because that's just a theory. So now next time we're going to look at what you can actually do to get yourself into a calorie deficit. See you later. Take it easy.